This is not a test. Don't expect to be impressed. Put on your life vest. Sit down your armrest. It's time to stray from the grind. Don't take my hand, 'cause you'll find no peace of mind. Side quest.
All right, everybody. Today's fun with that which cannot be named because we don't want to be demonetized on YouTube. I am your lovely host, the occasionally coughing, coming down with the plague, or getting over the plague, depending on which way I'm coming or going. I can't tell you. I have brain fog. I am the asshole of this, no, I am the I'm the admiral of this asshole armada. Did I mention the brain fog? It's really bad. I am the one, the only, the plague-stricken R.E. Carr, and everyone's really grateful to be over webcams right now and not near my germ-spewing ass. I am joined with 3 lovely members of the Calamity Janes who are going to introduce themselves right now so that I can drink some fucking tea. Start with you, E.M. Kaplan.
Oh, that's me. You're like, you.
I know, yeah. It's like, wait, who's being pointed at?
I was just waiting. Hey, everybody. I'm Emily Kaplan. I'm like, my face is here, which is freaking me out. I usually write under E.M. Kaplan, Josie Tucker Mysteries, and I usually play Claudia. Yeah, that's me.
Dude, down the way, I see someone with flaming red hair and an amazing southern accent. Who could it be? It's a Misty!
My accent is amazing. I'm not even drunk. No, hey y'all. I am Misty Massey. I am the novelist and the creator and author of the Mad Kestrel series of magical pirate adventures, and the most recent of which is still on Amazon, and you can get it just for you. You can get an one or you can get a paper one, and you know, please go buy them because the family got to eat. And when I'm not writing, when I'm actually playing, I'm Malibu. You know her.
I do. I like torturing her. And you know
Yeah,
what else I like? The
What?
French. Who could that possibly mean? Down at the end.
I am Judy Black, author of Shadows and Sideshow. Sideshows and Shadow. I can never remember the way that it is titled, but both of those words are in it. It's a 1903 traveling sideshow that hunts monsters. And I also write Dungeons and Dragons modules, so I am a little bit of a
You intimidate me. That's what you do.
No!
You're a pro.
I play Gigi, the necromancer of the Calamity Janes, who casts spells inappropriately, but with great enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, I wrote some stuff. My book.
I know. I totally didn't say any of
Yeah,
that.
I have a book. Look. You can't see it because it's backwards and the camera's not inverted, but that's The Accidental Summoner by R.E. Carr. And I'd just like to say that there is not a single white mermaid in that book. Deal with it.
What color mermaids are in the book?
There are silver, gray, fuchsia, and the main one is navy blue with white spots because she is a motherfucking coelacanth. And that's cool.
Okay.
But none of them are white.
I'm trying to remember. I have a short story that I wrote in Kestrel's universe that has mermaids in it, and I think all my mermaids were shades of green, but I can't recall.
Yeah, it's funny. It's almost like most creatures underwater are not a color that stands out really brightly and gets you eaten.
Right?
Speaking of which, everyone pour one out for my platy fry in my tank. For the 5 or so people listening to this who keep fish, I had a breeding explosion, so I have sicked a death squad of gouramis on my tank. It should be interesting to see what I wake up to.
Oh,
Wait.
boy.
You had fish that were born or whatever, and
Yeah,
then
they bred. They're like friggin' House of the Dragons. We'll get to that segue. They have inbred to the point where it's gotten insane.
So you purposely sent things in there to eat them.
Yes.
Wow.
Cleanse the non-believers.
If you don't, the whole tank will crash. It's the Thanos level solution to this tank, because I tried to get all the females out and they pulled a Jurassic Park on me. Which fish can do. Absolutely, they can do. Which, for those of you, spoiler alert on Jurassic Park, one thing about
too late
fish,
for that.
amphibians, and reptiles is they can actually change genders if they are in a completely single-sex environment. And so if they need a male, they can change gender. If they need a female, they can change gender, which brings a whole new meaning to Finding Nemo, because pretty much he was looking for his mate more than his son. So now that I've ruined Finding Nemo for everybody and talked about the wholesale slaughter that the pacifist is engaging in her fish tank to try to keep it from collapsing, what have y'all been up to?
I kind of wish that you could do that with squirrels somehow. If there was some creature I could go down to the feed store and buy, because I had a battle with 2 squirrels this morning and dang near hurt myself running around the house to go yell at them because they were back in the space behind my window behind me and making noise, and I was beating on the window and they wouldn't leave, so I went outside with a stick and yelled at them and made them run away. But squirrels
So you hollered at him? Is that what you would say?
I screeched. But,
didn't holler?
Squirrels, and wave my stick. But squirrels are not scared. Squirrels are not scared
They
of
have
people.
no fear.
And apparently you can't poison them either, because I looked.
They are very resilient, and it also could hurt indigenous species. I would loan you the hunter-killer known as Tsunami, who, further tying into the Calamity Janes, yes, she is the basis of Suna Luna and is our assistant DM, who could show up at any time should she choose to jump on my desk. Yeah. There is no small animal she would not hunt, but she is in herself a very small animal.
Maybe I need to adopt a couple of feral cats and just let them live here. Because when I say you can't poison squirrels, I don't mean you're not allowed to. I mean you can't. There's nothing you can buy on the market that will poison a squirrel.
They are the cockroaches of mammals.
Yep.
The constitution is not their dump stat. Not on squirrels.
You could buy fox or wolf urine.
Yes, predator pee.
I have. I'm just out. Because it also chases away possums and and stuff like
away
and
everything.
bird. Yeah, so I'm just out. I've used mine all up, so I've got to go out to the. Like I said, I got to go out to the feed store.
Gotta go to the pea store.
I thought you were going to say supply chain issues.
I need to get myself more German foxes to take care of my problem. Yeah.
Oh, good.
But I love animals. I love everything about them. But I said one thing about keeping aquariums is that you will learn very quickly. Like, as someone discovered, they're like, so what did you do today, Rachel? I said, oh, I crushed the skulls of some of my pets. And everyone's like, ah! I had a severely sick guppy. And the most humane way to euthanize is off with the head. And with a fish that small, it's very hard to cut, so you bludgeon. And that's what I had to learn. So you can imagine the joys of being a pacifist and being going, well, this creature is suffering. You have to end its suffering. And this is how you euthanize it. And you're just like,
Can you still legally call yourself a pacifist?
Well, I did it for the protection of life because they were not having a good life. They were clearly suffering. I couldn't leave them they were irreparably deformed.
You can't do like the freezer trick because we have koi
I
fish.
did chill them first.
Okay.
I did chill them, but it can after too long, that's actually a very horrible way, slow way to die. So you chill them to numb, and then it's just like how you take care of a lobster, or if you were preparing a fish to eat, you crush the brain, instant death.
There's a show on Hulu that Todd and I are watching called Alone. And they take like 10 people out into the wilderness. These are supposed to be people that know what they're doing, although we're finding in the early seasons maybe not so much. But it's always funny when they have to go catch a fish because they're like, I have a fish in my gill net, and they pull it out, and this is wriggling fish, and they go, oh, look at my wriggling fish, and then they say, oh, well, I guess I have to kill it. And there's always this pause, like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. So.
I can tell you, anyone who has ever kept an aquarium can tell you exactly how to do it. And it does depend on the size of the fish, how you do it. Some people say, like, they'll put fish in, like, vodka. That is not a good way to euthanize a fish.
Oh, that
or
sounds
they'll
horrible.
try clove oil. There's a lot of horribly bad advice, but getting them cold, numbing as best you can, and doing it quickly is the way to go. And that is your Debbie Downer thing. But no, well, the whole thing goes down to I do eat meat occasionally, and I will only eat meat on the grounds of I have to be able to look at a creature that I am going to consume, and I have to end its life at a certain point, or I am a hypocrite. So I have been taken hunting, I have been taken fishing, and it gets harder and harder to do. So eventually I'm just going to be a vegetarian and then I'll be a better pacifist. But I feel like it's very important to me, more morality wise, to have that connection and to know that if you're going to do it, you will use every bit of it, because wasting an animal is, to me, incredibly horrible. And I am continuing to go down the spiral of destroying people's souls. Can we go back to ruining Finding Nemo?
I have 100% effective way of ending a fish's life without contact, and that in my household, and that is to name them. The second anything was like, don't name the plants, don't name the fish, because that's
so all I need to do is bring you to my house and say, would you please name these asshole fish that keep breeding?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
I have
a
the touch.
picture
I have
even
the touch.
would work. Send a picture.
Yeah, a picture.
Yeah, a lot quicker.
Yeah, but no, I would rather have her come to my house and then I can feed her
Okay,
and make things.
I have not been back to Massachusetts since I graduated from college. Like, I think it was the graduation week. I stayed a couple days after graduation, and then I just never have gone back. It's weird.
So sorry, my cat is like all up on the microphone. I'm so sorry.
Well, are you going to introduce the most important person on this podcast right now?
Oh yeah, this is Harley.
Aw, Puddin'.
She's a baby.
She doesn't look.
She's gorgeous.
She's a shoulder cat.
Is she all black?
No, she is a tortie, so she's got like a little
okay.
bit of
Oh yeah, I see the little
orange to her.
patches.
Her and my other cat, Lala, look pretty much identical. So I have two torties, and then my roommate has a tailless gray lump breed. He's very rectangular.
Like a Manx?
Yeah. But yeah, he like if a cinder block and a bunny had a baby and it was a cat. That
sounds like a lot of the European short hairs right there. They have the boxy faces. They don't quite look like the American cats.
We laugh at him because when he sits, it's just like the squarest butt you've ever seen. Like I could hang pictures with that butt. It's just flat.
No, I don't know how to top square cat ass, but I will try.
Well, some of our friends on the Discord and on the Facebook had questions for us. I could
Oh, dear
happily dig up some
Lord.
questions if you want to
I
segue away
think
from Square Kitty Butt.
otherwise it's going to quickly devolve into R.E. Carr's treatise on why Matt Smith is amazingly gorgeous. He shouldn't be, but he is.
Hang on. Hang on.
Yeah.
To the Google.
Yeah, okay, look up. Now, I want you to look up something very specific. Look up Matt Smith in Mobius shirtless dance. Everyone, just have a moment of appreciation for this.
And there's Rachel's type.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
exactly British, lanky, slightly unusual looking, dark hair, light eyes. You might as well have just described British accent.
Okay, he's definitely done some work because that's a lot bumpier than he used to be.
He's been
He's
doing,
gotten
he's been
bu-
doing
he's done his-
superheroes and Game of Thrones. Okay.
Yeah.
He's been working on his bumps.
He's cranked up and he's got bumpiness on his chest and his
Yes.
abdomen. Attractive bumpiness, not icky bumpiness.
Those wouldn't be lady lumps.
No, not
Man
lady
lumps.
These are manly bumps.
Yes, these are my humps,
good with it.
my lovely manly bumps.
Yeah,
Everyone thirsty now? We ready for some questions?
so let me get back to
Yeah.
him.
It's going to be very, very hard to ever watch Doctor Who's 13th Doctor without going,
Take off your shirt.
yes, please, off with the shirt. Let's go a little Star Trek in this Doctor Who.
Aesthetically, I suppose I can appreciate it, but it doesn't do it for me.
It's okay. We could always switch it up, put in some Henry Cavill for... Who's the Henry Cavill? Stan? Or was that... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not it.
Yeah, no. The only way I like him is as the Witcher. If he's clean, does nothing. As soon as he gets dirty, I'm like, we can talk.
Yep,
He grunges up
sorry.
good.
He grunges
Yeah,
up
he grunges-
just fine.
Not to leave you out, Emily.
No,
would
no,
you,
no,
do you
no,
have
no,
a
no,
thirst
no,
trap
no,
you
no,
would
no,
like
no,
to,
no.
Yes.
Yes, Emily, no to Harley.
Emily.
Yes. Sorry, she was going to walk across the
what thirst
laptop.
Would you like to add to this conversation?
Hey, you know what? I do not have a current thirst trap person that I'm into.
Nothing?
I really thought that. Yeah, I don't have like a top 10 list or anything. I am.
Come on.
I think what's called a demisexual, where you're attracted to
Yay.
personality above.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I'm
appearance.
married to one of those. God,
You're like,
sometimes you just want to drool over something like in the shallow end of the gene pool. But do you have anyone in particular that's just an above average to add to the conversation?
Keep talking amongst yourselves. I'll think of something eventually.
Okay, that brings you up, Judy. Who is your thirst trap you would like to add to this conversation?
Pulling up a picture right this second.
This is a woman who comes
So
prepared.
I am on the same side as Emily in that I aesthetically will appreciate, but you know, it's more like you just stay over there and let me look kind
And
of
that's
appreciation.
This is pure, Michelangelo David, which by the way is more
Wait.
impressive than I thought.
Wait. Are y'all saying that I have no chance of ever meeting Henry Cavill in real life? I hope y'all not saying that.
No, I'm saying, if Mr. Cavill, if you would like to guest star on the Calamity Janes, I guarantee you will be appreciated, loved, and our house rules are in line with 5e. Because I know you give a far more shit about our role-playing capacity than being drooled over. But you will be drooled over. But you are always invited.
Let's see.
So
where's
are you,
the
Mr.
best
Smith?
way to set this? Okay,
And
I'm just
Idris
gonna
Elba.
Who is your
Ooh.
thirst trap, Miss Black?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send the picture in the Facebook group.
Oh
Hold.
my, we must all have a moment of artistic appreciation. From Fifi.
Maui. Be. One. I'm like building up the moment of anticipation. I
Yeah,
also
you're
have
building up the sensation.
I
Well,
have
like,
to look up the actor's name too because I remember people by the characters that they've played,
Yeah.
not the actor. And so I'm trying to
Yes.
look up the actor's name as well.
just send the damn picture already. We're
I-
thirsty. We're thirsty bitches.
Voila! It is sent.
Ew. Sacre bleu.
Pretty.
Oh my goodness. How
Ew.
unexpected.
Who him is?
Oh.
His name
Oh.
is Lee Daikong. And he's in a couple of Chinese dramas that I've been
Wow.
watching.
Okay.
So,
I can see why you would be watching.
and especially because he plays in this particular one, he plays a lovely, tragic assassin king, which is just like mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah, that
Keep
works
this in
for
mind
me.
for our book, Emily.
Yeah, right?
our book,
We all have a book of which you've written 100% so far, and I've been like, I'm looking at
I'm here for
flowers.
the word. You're here for the
Yeah.
smut, lady.
I'm the pinch hitter of. I'm not.
Of
I don't know where to go with that one.
I
Okay,
hope you
y'all
know where
have
to go
heard
with
me
that
talk
one.
about the time I went to the Asian grocery store up in Charlotte, and the guy that was helping me was so freaking beautiful I couldn't speak or barely breathe. I told you about that, right?
No, but please do.
No.
We're on topic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I was just going to say that guy was Japanese. But if this man that Judy just showed us was Japanese, that's what that guy looked like. But no, he was probably my son's age, so this is just completely creepy. But no, Todd and I we went up to Charlotte for a couple of things, and my son wanted to try some recipes, and so he sent me with a list to go by the Asian grocery to pick up for him. And it was stuff that I had no clue about, so I had to find somebody to help me. And the young man who was there and able to help me was this tall, beautiful Japanese young man who was so freaking stunning that I had trouble breathing, much less saying. It was kind of like, here, my list here, because I couldn't get together, and I am a grown woman, and I should be way past that, but he was
It's
just
okay.
that pretty. Ugh, it was painful.
Thirst strikes us all. It happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, highly recommend.
so Emily-
what is it? Word of Honor is the name of the show. So if you would
So
like
we watched
more,
Word of Honor for Judy's thirst. We got The Witcher for Misty's. We've got Game of Thrones House of the Dragons for mine. Emily, time to contribute to this
I
debauchery.
have Googled hottest men so I could get some ideas.
that's perfect.
And Alexander Skarsgård is quite attractive. But also when I was teaching gym classes, there was a guy who worked there who had the same effect on me as the guy just had on Misty, where I would get totally tongue-tied and I'd be like, wow. I mean, yeah, he was pretty amazing.
What do I,
know,
do?
right? But yeah, and he was like roughly probably like half my age, which is so embarrassing. And then I found out he's a total dumb butt and like politically super polar opposite of me. And I was like,
Oh no.
yeah, shine is gone.
It's like, what a shame.
Yeah.
I didn't ever find out the politics of my guy, but he was very pleasant and obviously smart enough to know that this old woman was thirsting on him and being okay with it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure when you get to a certain tier, you're used to it.
A tier of
he did not even blink.
scorching hotness.
so-
Is
Yeah.
it like this what is it, Schofield?
Yeah,
Scoville.
Scoville.
Yeah, you get so many Scovilles of
hotness.
humanness. Yeah, you're just like, I know I burn, but I burn for everyone.
Yep.
you must experience that, Emily.
You mean like me
requisite naughty
perfectly?
librarian.
No. No. It's like people on Twitter, they see like a really small thumbnail photo of you, and they're like, yes. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
And then they meet the rest of you and are like, hot damn, she's even better. God, let me send pictures of my junk.
yeah, I have received a lot of those
No, thank
pictures.
you.
That's nothing.
Welcome to being a woman
my
on the
Instagram
internet.
account
Yeah, I
is
know, right?
nothing but hey, beautiful, image attached.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
It's like, nope, I am not falling for that one.
I would rather
I don't
be
know why I'm suddenly lapsing into horrible French again.
it's contagious.
Yeah, I'm contagious. Luckily, I am in isolation.
I have to say, the bravery of creating a character with an accent. Oh my gosh.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, both of you.
Forever I shall be known as the dwarf who longs for you.
After a while, it's not hard. You get your mouth just goes there when you're being that person. Because I remember when I used to work at Fair years ago, I was working in a leather shoe shop at Fair, and so we had to put on an accent. And of course, my accent was somewhat Englishish, kind of,
Englishette.
with for a given value of English, but I would start, and by the time Fair opened in the morning, I had it locked on, just like I had my bodice tightened, I had my shoes on, I had my accent on, but by the time we got to the end of the day, I had forgotten that wasn't how I spoke. And so we'd be closing up the booth, and Vicky was my manager, and she'd say, "How many of this journal are still on the shelf?" And I'd say, "I think there are 12 purples and 3 greens." And she'd say, "Misty, the dog is in the pickup truck." And I would have to repeat, "The dog is in the pickup truck." And it would bounce me back out of the silly accent that I was doing.
Of course,
funny.
you all know that this voice that you hear is completely fake.
Yeah, because
right?
you're from like Tennessee, right?
I am, but I took elocution lessons and I was on the radio and I did lots of acting and it was beaten out of me. But if I say the phrase that Misty just did, my real accent will come back.
The dog is
yeah.
in the pickup truck.
Let's just see how this whole session goes. If the questions get good enough, I will revert to my native-born
What
accent.
makes you revert? Drunkenness and embarrassment.
Drunkenness, embarrassment,
Tired.
talking to my relatives,
Oh, yes.
and discussing canines specifically. Notice I said the word canine.
Oh.
There are certain words that always lapse your accent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I've been married to a Brit for so long, I found that I do have some words that actually make me start sounding like him.
Like what?
Biscuit. Telly. Flat. Mum.
Oh,
I always say
maybe
mum.
if you watch the Great British Bake Off show.
I watch the Great British Bake Off religiously.
Yeah.
Although this week I was an angry bread slut while watching it. I was so mad at those pizzas. I had legit baking rage. It was like, and I'm like, that is not pizza. That is wrong. No, just no.
Well,
Misty was there. I'm like, no.
and you know that crust, the crust underneath the toppings was gooey. Because it didn't have no time to bake then, and it wasn't in a pizza oven. Oh,
And not
so
only that, I mean,
disgusted.
do you know how you get good pizza at home when you don't have a pizza oven? You actually preheat a skillet and you cook it like you would a naan bread. You start it in the skillet and you put your toppings on when it's in the skillet and you cook it from the bottom up really quick so it gets some of the blackened spots, and then you shove it under the broiler and you effectively sandwich cook it like that, and that will get you the closest to a pizzeria. It has to be a thin crust because you can't do a deep dish or anything like that.
No.
If you want a deep dish, oil the fuck out of it, put it in a cast iron.
Yeah.
every Southern chef's favorite, and you bake the shit out of it, and you put the cheese to the edge so you get the crispy edges, and you say, yeah, I am not from Detroit, but I can appreciate their pizza. But yeah, sorry, Great British Bake Off. I love you, but that pizza,
That was wrong.
it was wrong. Pizza takes like 3 days. There was no pre-ferments. I didn't see any bigas. I did not see any cold fermentation. I call bullshit, and Paul Hollywood knows better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Hell if I know. Because now I want pizza again.
That's what I had
I
for
make a good
dinner.
pizza. If you
Yeah,
come
I
up
made-
and visit, I'll make you pizza.
I get all my bread from a store here called Breadsmith, which bakes their bread fresh every single day. So there's no preservatives in it, and therefore I can eat it and not get sick. And they make up their own pizza dough every day too. And so usually when it's pizza time, I will go and get their dough because I just don't have. Nobody got time to be sitting making
I'm
pizza
apparently
dough for 3
nobody.
days. No, I know
Well,
you do. I
when
know
it-
you do, and you do an amazing
when
job.
it's a hobby and a vocation, that's different. But if you
Yeah,
eat
that
my
makes
food,
it different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Judy, I think the rest of us are a collection of food intolerances. Do you have any?
Yeah, so I am vegetarian and I don't eat seafood or any meat. I do eat egg and
sorry
cheese.
to talk about killing animals to eat.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But I'm gonna be like you one day. I know I'm gonna be.
Well,
it's
see,
just
like-
gonna happen.
My parents joke that I was born vegetarian because I pretty much have hated meat since I was born. Like I would get cheeseburgers with no burger, like since I was itty bitty. Which growing
niece
up,
is
like
like
in the
that.
deep South, was always a real challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I also have an allergy to red 40 food dye.
Ah,
I have that
So-
one too. Oh
So,
my
yeah.
God, Twinsies!
It's super annoying because it's
Eat a
in.
Twizzler, break out in hives.
Yep, it's in
Yeah,
so
it is.
much, and then so it's super fun going to the doctor and being like, "What color is the pill?"
Ah.
And the doctor going, "Oh shit." So
Yeah, that's why I can't take allergy medicine. I'm allergic to allergy medicine.
exactly. Oh, it's so fun. Yeah. So, but that's it. That's it.
that's it. That's enough.
That's it.
I think we were trying to get to questions, but we've got vegetarian. We've got 2 who can't have dairy.
Right. No dairy for me.
No dairy. What have you got, Misty?
Soy.
Soy.
Soy makes it tears up my insides something
Ooh.
fierce.
You would
So-
die in my house very quickly because I eat a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, it's in everything. If you
It's
start
in a
reading
lot,
labels,
yeah.
it's in everything.
is.
So, but
I grew up allergic to Crisco in the South.
Gosh.
Oof.
And before we started destroying orangutan habitats and using cheaper palm oil, it meant I could not eat a single processed baked good because cottonseed oil, which is Crisco
Yeah.
basically, was in everything.
yeah.
Wow. Is that why you?
Yeah. Now they put soybean oil in everything.
Yeah.
So
Is that why you started baking to make your own stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to bake from a very young age because it was the only way I could enjoy anything because I can't have any artificial sweeteners. I can't have most artificial colors, which I just am now I don't do anything with artificial colors. And no cottonseed oil, no shortening. Oh, and I can't digest high fructose corn syrup. I actually have been tested differently. I get diabetic-like symptoms if I eat inverted sugars and high fructose corn
Dang.
syrup. So
my friend has an allergy to all corn products that treats her much the same, and she has to. And you think soy's in everything?
Yeah,
corn is in
corn.
everything
Corn,
too. It's
starch.
crazy. Yeah,
That's pretty much like
I've been with her. I've been with her when we go to lunch somewhere, and she'll ask the wait staff if cornstarch is in this or that or the other, and they're like deer in the headlights, going, "I have no idea." It's
Oh, and
hilarious.
blue cheese will kill me, as Panera tried. They tried really hard, but they did not succeed.
wow.
This is the other cat.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
You look very similar.
Hi, Lola. You look just like Harley.
She does.
On camera, they are the same picture. I'm sorry to tell you
Yeah.
that.
No, you cannot jump up on that. It will fall over on us
I am
both.
shocked. Tsunami when I left was really cuddled in her little blankie. And she was just so
Cozy.
happy. She was just comfy. It's like below 50 here.
It's chilly
Oh.
down here
And
too.
everyone's like,
It's hoodie weather.
what is chilly?
Yeah, say what
Tell
is it
me,
here
let me-
today?
to the Google.
So you could laugh at us.
It's
no, that's-
46 here right now, and it's dropping. So just
We're
tell me.
56.
We're-
That's
We're at 69.
we're at 56.
Dear
Ooh.
God, someone send a parka to Judy. She's gonna freeze.
I do like my roommate from the living room yelled nice when I said that.
But yeah.
Yeah, we were in the 40s last week, briefly in the morning. Like, I blinked and it was gone, but it happened.
It does happen from time to time.
It does.
It's coming to the time of year where we'll start going, oh, it's in the 40s. It's so warm. That's what's about to happen. And I live in an area where you can't feel your face when you go outside. Why? Because it kills the
Right.
bugs.
Yeah, and allergens outside.
That is nice.
We actually have questions from people about animals. So you want to hear those?
Yeah, let's start
Oh,
with
good.
those.
Let's go right
Okay.
into it.
Okay, let's see.
Die.
So heinous lizard. I'm not going to bother with the Discord versus Facebook. We love all of you. So
But we love our Discord people because they're patrons, because they do give us money. Don't forget, if you want to, you can give us money too and continue to support great content like us discussing thirst
Right.
traps. On camera.
But so heinous lizard wants to know if you could have a tiny version of any animal as a pet, what would it be and why?
I want a tiny blue whale in my aquarium.
Aw, cute.
That would be so cute.
Itty-bitty blue
Can you
whale.
imagine the
Just
sounds it would make?
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be a blue whale so that it's tiny but not too tiny. So you have the blue whale, and it could just drift around the aquarium and maybe eat some of these goddamn platyfry that are overwhelming me. Although technically I would need a marine setup, but I don't think actually mammals can live in either salt or fresh. I know dolphins can. Now I've got to look up if blue whales can live in freshwater. Please
You gotta
ask another
prepare
person
your
to answer.
aquarium.
Well, I am going to pick something that flies because I would invariably accidentally step on it if it didn't. So, and I don't want like a raptor, not like a spiky thing that could hurt you. But I'm going to
That's
go with
fair.
a bat because they're cute, like a little fruit
They're
bat.
cute.
Like maybe that big.
That would be very
little
cute.
baby
Yeah.
bats. I want a tiny little elephant. I want one that would get about the size of, I don't know, I'll go with the size of about a golden retriever,
Oh,
you know,
so cute.
and that can
That
run
would be
around after me and flap its ears at me and pick up stuff that I drop on the floor and hand it to me with its trunk. Because, of course, I would train it to do that because I drop every damn thing I pick up. So.
I would go something that's already tiny and get a fennec fox because they're just super cute.
They are really
Yeah,
cute.
so with their big old ear balls, they're so cute.
Yeah.
I would note that I would get a saltwater aquarium for my tiny blue whale because it would help with its buoyancy and dealing with cuts, because no species of whale can survive long periods of time in freshwater. And that's a thing I know now.
Learning is magic.
I think there are. Wait, I
Okay.
think there are pink beluga whales that live in freshwater, or maybe it's a saltwater.
No, those are dolphins.
dolphins? Pink
Yeah,
dolphins.
down in South
Okay.
America.
Yeah, they're
pink
pink
dolphins.
dolphins.
Yeah.
It's the same reason flamingos are pink, aren't they? From the carinoids that they eat in crustaceans.
Yeah, sure.
Flamingos
Something
are
like that.
white. Yeah, flamingos are white normally. It's their diet that makes
Yeah.
them pink. I think the pink dolphins, they eat a lot of like freshwater crayfish and shrimp.
Right.
I'll buy it.
But it's mostly the buoyancy for the whales. I don't know if that would matter if you miniaturized it, but theoretically they would still be structurally the same, so they would probably need the buoyancy of salt
But they
water.
wouldn't have as much gravity to deal with.
Yeah.
But it also might be with the way their liver and their kidneys are designed because they constantly drink salt water. So like if you put a freshwater fish in a saltwater, which I do not recommend, okay? Usually they can't, the osmosis in their system, their whole blood chemistry, it doesn't work. They're not designed to live in it. Which means if you're actually treating diseases in freshwater fish, you dip them briefly in salt water, and for saltwater fish, you dip them briefly in freshwater because these simpler parasitic organisms will explode due to the change of osmosis, and you can often kill them before it kills the larger organism, and then you put them back and they
My
recover.
brain just exploded. from all
Yeah.
that.
It's osmosis. Come on, you learned that
Rachel's
in
doing
biology.
science on us.
Yeah. No. I didn't come here to learn things.
Well, I'm sorry. You're gonna learn something, okay?
Meanwhile, I'm just scrolling.
Well,
I'm still scrolling thirst
just
traps.
throw a picture of Matt Smith at me and shut me
I'm
up.
still
for a minute.
scrolling thirst
Well,
traps.
that was the tiny version. Zach of all trades comes at us and says, if you could have a giant version of any animal as a pet, what would it be and
Same
why?
answer.
A giant fennec fox.
Same answer. I would ride it everywhere.
I want a dire red panda that I can
Aw.
ride into battle and then have it go.
Dang, you bet. As when I used to ride horses, it was called with the way that you stayed in the saddle was called having your seat. And I was just thinking you would need to have a serious seat because, and that means holding on with your knees, really powerful thighs and stuff like that. Because
Hey,
when that thing went up and all that fur is all slithery and you'd slide right down.
I feel like
Just like a
never
backpack.
underestimate the grip of my thighs.
I feel like
woman.
we've had
you have a badass seat.
several inappropriate sound bites that could be taken out of context from this whole evening so far.
Oh.
Sorry, Matt Smith. I'm sure you're a very nice man, and I do value your intellect. Just occasionally lapse into the shallow end of the gene pool. I'm sorry.
Henry Cavill, right now you're just a thirst trap, but if you would like to come on and prove your intellect to me, I'm good with that.
We would
Come,
love to
show
talk
me
nerdy
what I-
with you, please. Like, oh my God, I want to build a PC, or just watch you build one shirtless. Let's be real.
Yep.
It's the static in the clothes. It's purely to avoid static.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
that's
has
it.
a lot of chest hair too. That could be really staticky.
Mm-hmm.
Not as
Sure.
much as you think. I do like the fact, though, that he was actually being comic book canonically appropriate and did not shave his chest to be Superman to match the Death of Superman comic cover. That is the kind of dedication that this Sasquatch lover appreciates. What?
Okay.
Look, you can be a comic book nerd and be thirsty. It is not mutually exclusive. Judy got a fox. What was your big animal, Emily?
Henry Cavill. No.
We're gonna ride a Henry Cavill into battle.
Ba-dum.
And now we have the quote of the episode.
Truthfully, I'm going to say a golden retriever because I think they're magnificent at any size.
Aw, the dire retriever. Dun, dun. Who needs a warg when you have a good one? Come on, just imagine how much less scary Rings of Power would be if they're digging away from the orc and the curtain of vines passes open and instead of that scary ass warg, it's like puppy. Like
Yep.
everyone would just let it come and attack because it's so cute. Like this is actually a tactic that evil overlords should consider.
It would
Unless
work
it's
for me.
weirdos like me, because I am afraid of dogs.
That's okay.
Oh, that's okay. I hope
I'm
you
nervous
didn't get
around individual dogs, but
Mm.
depends on the dog. But
I'm a cat lady too, but I married a dog boy, so I had to.
I married a dog boy.
I did. And notice I have said the word.
Uh-huh,
and
you
by
did.
accident.
No, I like
I
dogs.
will
They just stay over
continue.
there, and we're good.
sounds like a
I
plan.
can get it. Dogs
That's
are
fair.
very. They have no concept of personal space. We joke about cats, but dogs have no sense of personal space.
What was
Yeah,
your
I'm
giant? What was yours,
Well,
Misty?
See, that's my problem. I'm like,
Is
I
it
keep
Henry
thinking-
Cavill?
of course it is. But what? That's a question? No. I was trying to think how big pandas get, because pandas
they
are
get
really
big.
they do get big, but a really big one I could lay on. You know,
You can
and-
lay
and
on
like
a regular.
like-
Have you seen a giant panda in person?
not lately. No, never in person.
Okay,
Not
Never in
lately.
person.
well,
They're
they're
bears. I want
They're
a panda.
friggin' bears. They
I
are
know.
bear-sized.
I know. Okay, I want a giant baby panda. In other words, I want a grown panda to come and be tame and let me lay on him when I'm sitting in my living room watching Henry Cavill movies.
You want a Snorlax, basically. That's what you're
Yeah.
Yes, that is what I want. I want a Snorlax.
I highly
So.
recommend one. I have one, and I lounge on a Snorlax, and I watch Henry Cavill films. Actually, no, let's be real. I watch House of the Dragons while laying on a Snorlax.
I watch
Sorry.
a lot of things, so
Sorry, Mr. Smith. I really do like your personality. I feel so dirty.
I'm sure you're a lovely man, but I'm all about your titties right now.
Well, do men have titties? It's like men.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. We were
I-
talking about the lovely manly lumps earlier. You can't.
Yeah. It's like, I would like to discuss some ancient Valerian. I'd like you to Dracarys my way, if you know what I mean. I might not breathe fire, but I will make it hot. There. That is my horrifically lame Game of Thrones pickup lines. The worst being, hi, I'm your twin.
Oh God.
But that's from the original, not from...
yeah,
I have not seen any twincest for all the incest in in House of the Dragons. Those Targaryens, boy, weddings and family functions are like corkscrews. It's just
It's a Celtic knot up in there.
it is. The family tree is a single branch.
Well, it was, it really happened in real history, because look at, was it was it the Hanovers?
The
That were
Habsburgs?
just all the Habsburgs. That's who it was. The Habsburgs were all manner of fucked up.
They have pedophilia running their family because we're being educational as well as thirsty on this.
That, but
particular
also
Calamity James.
the jaw shape that got so pronounced in
that really
their
long
family,
nose.
and and that really long nose, and they had joint issues and all kinds of, it wasn't that they interbred and got crazy. They just interbred and got dangerously unfunctional. And it was so sad, but that's totally in history. So, yay, go George Martin, whatever.
Yeah, and isn't that the blue fugates of Kentucky?
I do not know about this. Educate me.
Oh,
Yes.
so they're a family that have blue skin.
Whoa.
Oh, I have heard of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
what are they? The blue people of Kentucky. It's basically a genetic trait about
Yeah.
with a blood disorder that makes their skin look
To
blue.
the Google.
Yeah, so yeah.
We're just Googling all kinds of stuff.
So
today.
it's spelled F-U gate.
as opposed to FU
Oh,
Mark.
my.
By the way,
Yeah.
just one time for all our super fans.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Mark.
And Danica, his
Yeah.
lovely wife.
She is lovely.
That's some blue
Yeah.
people.
Look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's
interesting.
another.
We're all just.
And
know,
we're
'cause
all
We're all now reading. We're
Everyone's
so
off on the
exciting
Google
content.
now.
You've tuned in to watch us read Wikipedia.
I know. You know what? We should just do an episode that's all of us explaining weird shit we know.
I think that's what this is.
This is what this has become.
With the weird being me going, pandas are bear size.
The boys and I did that once. We did a show where everybody had to choose 2 or 3 articles on Wikipedia that they just thought were the coolest. And it was a blast. So we could do that too. We should do that.
We did
sometime.
Wikipedia roulette.
Wiki Shuffle.
And
Yeah.
I got
That's
the giant
right. That's
squid.
right.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
managed, of all things in the universe, I got the giant fucking squid. I will never live that down.
Yeah, there's a PowerPoint game where people make PowerPoints about like their one topic that they could just go on about, and then everybody takes turns presenting it.
You mean
It's
like
pretty
Arnold
fun.
Schwarzenegger movies?
Yeah. I mean, it's like all sorts of stuff. One of the Discords I'm in does it once a month, and people sign up and are like, "I'm gonna tell you all about blah 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 blah," and it's surprisingly entertaining.
That's fun.
That is fun. You know what else would be fun? Do we have any other questions, animal-esque, to answer for our lovely
Yes.
fan base? There are actually multiple animal-based questions.
Yes.
They know the
Okay.
fans are answering shit.
Okay. Actually, since we're coming up on our time, this is a good question to be our last question. So, and it is animal based. So, Kyle the Goof says, "Is it just the one goat we're not allowed to talk about, or is it all goats?"
It's the goat. The.
Okay.
Singular.
I figured as much because I'm all the time finding goat pictures on
But
the
what if you
internet and posting them.
accidentally find the goat and you break the sacred code? What will happen
Oh.
then, Misty?
You
The
mean
goat can
you
be
mean
anywhere among goatly kinds.
Well,
God,
shit.
The goat is among us.
Although I did hear a cool goat story. It's not our goat, but it is a pretty bad.
How do you know?
Goat.
How do you know?
Because I contacted their agent.
Okay.
Oh,
As long as we're
But
safe.
there was a goat, I think her name was like Brigitte, who was sent to an abattoir because she no longer made milk, and a punk rock band rescued her and kept her as their pet goat for 10 years and just let her go anywhere through a show. And if one thing I learned about goats from my friend is goats have no control of their sphincter. So imagine a randomly shitting and pissing goat going everywhere around a concert but listening to punk for 10 more years of her life and being like defied death, listen to punk.
That's
That
punk as
is
hell.
truly
that's pretty a
goat.
punk rock goat.
That's
Yes.
just that's punk. And I was one for 5 minutes back in the 80s, in the late 70s, early 80s. So I know
We don't talk
whereof I
about the
speak.
goat. But I'm pretty sure that our goat listens to metal, not punk. Or jazz, because all evil things listen to jazz.
That is
My-
the law
that's
of
a
jazz.
My ex does.
As the point has been magnificently proven. Sorry, we love you.
no.
No, we don't. What do you guys feel about the goat? Not the goat we can't talk about, but goats in general. Do you have any goat stories that you can tell without getting yourself shamed against the
I
code?
recently learned that mountain goats aren't goats.
Aren't they bighorn
Yeah,
sheep?
well, somebody said they're in the bovine family. I was like, what?
As everyone pulls up the Wikipedia.
I know.
Yeah.
That's cool. Are these the ones that can stand on a ledge that's like 3/10 of an inch wide and
Yeah,
like
a
Nope,
sheer
they are
75 feet
not,
up? Yeah.
sheer
They are not actually goats. They are their own genus, which I'm going to have to pronounce, aren't I? They are Oriamnos.
I'm not.
Cool.
Or mountain goats.
That's a
they are their
cool sounding
own
name.
species.
It is.
North American mountain goats are not actually true goats. Much like, for a long time, panda bears are not actually bears, but they are bear-sized, but they're very closely related to bears, so they kind of got a reverse Pluto. They got reassigned back to bears after not being bears for a while because most pandas are more closely related to raccoons.
They got reverse Pluto.
Got it.
Reverse Plutoed.
I'm gonna use that.
I'm not saying that the world being like it is because we literally took the planet that was named after the god of the underworld and demoted him, but I'm not thinking it
Not gonna
helped.
say
Pluto will always be a planet in my book.
Forever.
I agree. Pluto is a planet.
Pluto has a
Technically a
Sailor
dwarf planet,
Moon
Boyd.
character. Pluto is a planet.
Okay, by that classification. But if a new planet actually appears, are we gonna have to call it Tuxedo Man? It just appears randomly when everything's been done, and then buggers off.
Oh no, there's
before
all
you can
sorts
do
of
it.
made up shit in Sailor Moon that is, yeah, they get really wild when you get on into like Sailor Stars and whatnot. Okay, so my origin story as a nerd is through anime, so don't unlock that door because it may not close again. My very first job
Welcome, Judy.
ever was selling hentai at anime cons when I was 15.
What the hell? Tell us more.
Wow.
What is your favorite hentai, Judy?
See, that's the thing is I don't watch and didn't watch. I just checked IDs and sold them.
Yeah, she's not old enough to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
Are you telling
I
me
had
you-
to stand.
You pimped?
Yeah, I had to
hentai,
stand in
but
a
you
chair because I was too short to see over the stack of hentai. So I had to stand in a chair and lord over the hentai and check IDs.
So you've never seen Urutsuki Doji?
No,
Legend of the Overfiend for us Americans.
I've seen the cover for it.
It sounded like you said something about a dodgy uterus.
No, I'm sure Dodgy Uterus is another title.
I was going to say,
I'm
that
certain.
sounds like it fits in the hentai universe. So.
Urutsuki Doji.
But yeah, that's my origin story as a nerd. So there you go.
I think we should have another Calamity Jane side quest where we should tell the nerdly origin stories of each of the Calamity Janes. Would you
I
guys
think that
be
sounds
up for
brilliant.
that?
Yes.
That would be super
And we
fun.
have more questions, which we will just keep bringing
Yeah.
out. We just did all the animal ones this time because
Right.
we got thirsty.
Yeah, I have so
Yep.
many. I have so many convention stories, but like, it's gonna be a horror podcast if I tell all my convention stories.
Well, it is the spookiest time of the year, so let's just hold that in our back pocket.
Put a pin in
But yes, I think we will come back. But before we go, we just want to say, if you do, you should definitely do the big old like, subscribe. Every bit of support you give to us is one less nerdly woman on the street drooling over pictures of Henry Cavill and Matt Smith and the gorgeous guys from Chinese dramas and Alexander Skarsgård, because let's be real, it's Alexander fucking Skarsgård, and we've all seen True Blood.
Well,
I mean, story-wise, I can't tell you much of it, but I can tell you that Alexander Skarsgård was in it and in very little clothing.
I'm saying, so was his chest.
That is one beautiful family, I must say. They are just a beautiful... They raise a Swedish smorgasbord of
Strong
sexiness.
genes. Strong
Yeah,
genes.
Strong. Because why on earth wouldn't we end with thirst when we began with thirst? So once again, I am R.E. Carr, the Admiral of the Asshole Armada.
yay!
Woo, you got it!
Completely...
The tea is kicking in.
brain fogged. But yes, I drank a shit ton of tea so I could present this. I've already said please like and subscribe. If you want to support us on our Patreon, you can find us under Authors and Dragons. We as the Calamity Janes are part of it. And if there's anything else you want to see, make sure to comment below and we will try to answer it. And we should come back with the origin story of all the geek girls.
Nice.
Yes.
So Anything else you want to pimp at the last minute? Ian
I
Kaplan,
have
go.
a new book coming out, supposedly. Yeah, Melissa just finished editing it. If my Gmail would start working eventually, and should be coming out pretty soon. It's the first book in the new Virtual Vigilante series from Falstaff Books, Mysteries.
Nice.
How about you, Judy? What you got to pimp?
So I am participating in writing stuff for a Kickstarter. Another one that is a really, really, really cool Oracle deck, which is kind of like a tarot deck, but different. That's all based on elements. So the most recent one that's coming out is Shadows. And they're super, super cool, and it launches on October 13th, so get your spooky on.
And Misty, pimp yourself.
Well, like I mentioned, I got them pirate books. So, Mad Kestrel Pirate Fantasy Adventures available on Amazon. And down the road, I am going to have a series from Falstaff featuring Doc Holliday. Yes, that Doc Holliday. That's coming next year sometime. And there's going to be an anthology of stories that are based on Poe titles, also coming from Falstaff next year. So
what
be on the
crazy
lookout for
idiots
that.
would you get to take on Poe?
I have no
Seriously.
idea.
Who would be dumb enough to do that?
3/4 of the panel.
You need to get like a 1-page from Judy just to
I know,
make a
right?
clean sweep.
I know.
Oh, man.
Maybe we'll come up with we'll need a foreword. We'll make her write a foreword or something.
Yeah. If you need a short poem, make me put my MFA that I dropped out of to work.
We will talk.
So, as we quoth the Raven, nevermore, I once more would like to pimp The Accidental Summoner by R.E. Carr. Still no white mermaids, but all the fun of a millennial demon getting summoned by a burrito. Everyone, that's it. We're the Calamity Janes, so bye.
Bye-bye.